Survival skills for difficult discussions. That is our topic for today. I am Shauna White, Heartfelt Intimacy Coach, helping people in relationship who want more connection with their partner to create heartfelt intimacy that flows naturally. And my whole approach is about authenticity and connecting with divine love inside yourself as how you show up in romantic connection and your other important connections too, your family connections, your important friends. Maybe you want to work on your colleague at work relationships, whatever it is. So the principles for how it works with relationship are the same, but as we get more and more closer to merging, which is where intimate partnership starts to express itself, the lessons get deeper and more intense. So, and I like it intense. So that's why my favorite relationships to work on are intimate partnership relationships. Anyway, topic for today, survival skills for difficult discussions. The first survival skill I want to offer to you is talk about one thing at a time. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going live in my Facebook group shortly to go deeper into this topic, survival skills for difficult discussions. So I'm going to give you 3, and then I'm going to go deep into one of them, and then I'm going to go hop onto the training in my Facebook group. So if you're interested in deepening your relationship with how I can support you, then join my Facebook group. All right, so top 3, talk about one thing at a time. Witness emotion out loud, don't act it out. And speak in terms of taking responsibility for yourself as much as possible. The more you take responsibility for, without putting yourself out of balance, the easier it's going to be. So the overarching approach here for survival skills for difficult discussions is removing as much pressure as possible. I have a background not only in spiritual psychology, but also in working with horses. And working with horses taught me about seeing communication in terms of pressure flows and energy flows. And so when you witness emotion out loud instead of acting it out, you are opening up honesty without applying pressure. When you act out the emotion, like for instance, I wish I could remember what she said, someone that I was working with. I just remember that she could talk about how she was feeling with her, this was a couple that I was working with. So she could talk about how she was feeling, or she could totally it's probably good. I don't remember what she said because I shouldn't say it anyway. But when you act out, now you're enforcing the sense with your partner that they're inside the story with you. And being inside the story with you, they're going to feel like they need to react. They're inside the video game. They're going to have to do the thing they have to do to survive, right? So witnessing emotion instead of acting it out. So saying, well, this is how I feel, but your tone and your energy is not embodying the emotion as you're speaking. You're just talking about it, is a much more calm and less charged way to talk. So that's important. And then what I want to go deep in is talk about one thing at a time. I'm looking down at my notes. All right. So talk about one thing at a time. Here's the thing, like one of the ways that difficult discussions escalate really fast is when something is bothering you and you bring it up to your partner, and either one of you could do this. So we'll say that your partner does this, right? And so you're talking about that they didn't take the garbage out or whatever. It could be something bigger than that, whatever. But that's the one thing. And then they could come back and say, well, you never shoveled the walk. And it feels related to them because, I don't know, the energy is the same, or the grievance got triggered. One grievance for another, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. But what happens when we have more than one subject that we're trying to process at a time is that the energy starts to get jammed, like the signals start to get jammed inside. And then we can't find the words to speak clearly to what's going on because our mind is processing too many things at once. And so we have to choose, like, we can only talk about one thing at a time, but we have to pick which one that is. And that's a lot to process. So one of the most important things that we can do when we're trying to get through a difficult discussion is to talk about one thing at a time so that the information stream inside our energy is simplified and focused. And so if you're in a situation where you say something and your partner says something back to you and they're adding another topic to the discussion, then you can say, okay, we can talk about that if you want to talk about that, but can we first talk about this? Or you want to talk about that first, but we're not going to talk about them at the same time because they're multiple topics, right? So a bit of refereeing about that. And then the other thing is speaking in terms of taking responsibility for yourself as much as possible. The more that you can take responsibility, the more likely there is to be a softness and a sense of safety about discussing whatever the difficult topic is with you for your partner. Yeah. So that's as deep as I'm going to go right now because I'm going to prepare for going deeper in this topic. I've got 6 things I'm going to talk about more in depth in my Facebook group. And so if you like my content, if you like anything you heard today or any other day of the week that you've listened to me and you feel like you resonate with the desire to master the art of relationship by discovering your inner partnership with divine love as how you come to relationship so that you can step out of the dynamics of compromising over needs and I don't know if you'd recognize this or not because it can be very subtle, but the dynamics of control and manipulation in relationship that just automatically come from trying to get love from another or feel loved, feel seen when we don't know how to see ourselves on the inside. If you want to just step out of those dynamics and find yourself in flow in your relationship, in harmony, in a way that flows easily, and if you resonate with that, then I'd invite you to join me in my Facebook group. So I'll leave the link in the comments. It might take me a few minutes to put it in the comments, but if you see the link there, it means I got there. I'll definitely do that today. But if you don't see it, you could always send me a message on Facebook and I will help you find the group. So I'd love to see you there if you would like to join me on this journey at a deeper level. All right. Take care. Have a good day.